We're at the Branson Gospel Music Convention, and with me right now is the Ministers Quartet. Sitting next to me is Ron Pence. And Ron, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Well, thank you so much. We really look forward to this interview and getting to see you in person for a change instead of on the computer.
Okay, I'll just take that as a compliment and let it go at that. I'll have you introduce the rest of the guys.
Well, the gentleman standing right there, back here behind you is Jerry J.T. Tinkle from Converse, Indiana, sings our baritone. This gentleman next to him then is Brad Scott. He's going to be our new tenor singer from Anderson, Indiana. He's going to play a little bass too. I say, who's behind me? That's the old man, Larry Lambert. He's currently singing tenor. He's going to fill in and doing some other things in the group, driving the bus, running sound, things like that. And then the little tiny fella behind me back here is our lead singer. Danny Lee Burr is his name. And he likes to go by Danny Lee, but he's our lead singer, piano player, songwriter, and you name it, he does it. He's just an awesome gentleman, that's all.
Okay. Now let me ask you about the name of the quartet.
Well, the Ministers Quartet got started about 7 years or so ago. When we started out, we had 3 ordained ministers in the group. And they didn't have churches per se, but they were all ordained ministers. And things happen, you know, you change personnel and what have you. And we were down to 1, which was Larry. And then when we started out looking for a name, one of the guys says, well, we got 3 ministers in the group. Let's call ourselves a Ministers Quartet. And I thought, well, you know, that's not a bad idea. Let's try that. Well, then when we got down to 1, we thought about changing the name. But so instead we said, let's add an apostrophe and say that we're the Ministers Quartet. So that's how that came about. Now we're back to 3 ordained ministers in the group again. So what goes around comes around, I guess, you know.
Right. Just move that apostrophe and
yeah.
You're all set.
We'll probably keep it.
Okay. Let me get this guy in a little closer. How did you get involved in Southern gospel singing?
Well, I started singing at the age of 8, playing the piano, raised in church all my life. I've been to all the concerts. I love to sing it. I mean, every time I turned out, I was singing something. And I started groups when I was younger. Ran into a couple friends in here the other day that I'd sang on stage with years ago when I was about 12 years old. It's in your blood. I mean, it's something you can't get rid of. It's something I felt I've been called to do. God called me to preach. I ministered in the church for 9 years, and I just felt that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And my wife said, when she heard me sing, she said, you're not where you're supposed to be at. She says, these jobs are not what you're supposed to be doing. And she put my name on the Gospel Music magazine, and sure enough, I mean, the phones rang off the hook, and I ended up, the Lord led me this direction. It's a good decision. I enjoy doing what I do.
Now, we've got the Ministers Quartet, and I know that with all the groups, especially here at the Branson Gospel Music Convention, where the ministry is really important, but
Yes.
That's got to be a big factor in what you guys do.
It's the main factor. Our main goal is, some people call us entertainment, but we don't entertain. We don't want to be entertained. Our main goal is to win souls and be a blessing to somebody out there.
Yeah. When you became involved, I guess is this the youngest guy?
He's the youngest.
Right.
He's the baby and the newest.
Who were the singers that you looked up to when you were getting interested?
Became interested in gospel music, Southern gospel music, when I was 15, and I heard the cathedrals, and I fell in love with cathedrals and watched them through the rest of their tenure, and you know, cried when we seen Glenn Payne and George Jones both go there. You know, they were just kind of people that just came into your heart, into your home. It felt like you were family, and when I was interviewing with this group, that's exactly what I found here too. And you know, it's just very interesting to be able to come full circle, in my opinion, with these gentlemen. And we were talking at breakfast this morning, you know, and I gave them, you know, these 2 gentlemen here compliments. They've had this group for 7 years, and you know, he's going to be stepping aside. Larry is as the tenor, and you know, a lot of people get kind of hostile when somebody else comes in, but not Larry and not Ron. Larry's put his arms around me and welcomed me with open arms. He says, "You're going to take this. You're going to run with it," and you know, and that's what we all should look for in men that are Christ-like, and that's exactly what Christ would do. Christ would never turn you away and say or get hostile with you, it's always open arms, and that's what these gentlemen, all four of these gentlemen, have done since I've started talking with them. Is just they've opened their arms, and that's what I've always tried to be a part of as a ministry. Like he said, I'm not here to entertain people. I'm here to minister to people, and I sure hope that I'm able to do that through Jesus Christ.
Let me move JT over here a little bit.
Get over here, Jordan.
Okay. Now we've got another talent that I know about. When you're writing now for the SGN Scoops magazine.
That's correct.
Is that something you've always done, or just started?
Well, it kind of started in high school, actually. I took an English class, and I had an English teacher that really instilled the power of the pen into me. And I have found over the years that I can put my thoughts better on paper than I can in verbal. And so I try to do that. And Kelly Burton, she gets our weekly newsletter. I write a newsletter for the group, as well as you. And she wrote to me and asked me if I'd be interested in writing feature articles. And I said, well, I'll give it a shot. And so here we are.
That's great. And you got a couple in the current issue that are really
Current
good.
issue, I have 2 articles, yes. One on Dino and one on groups from last year to this year, the changes they went through.
Yeah, okay. Have you guys been recording?
We've done an in-house project since Danny has come with us. We've been romanced by a few labels out there, but we're an unusual group in that we don't have a set fee when we go and sing. We travel on a free will offering basis. We call them love offering basis, you know, and we find out some of them don't love you too much, you know. And so we don't have a lot of money put back to go to some of these bigger name labels. If there's anybody out there that's got money they want to throw away, we're a nonprofit organization. We'll take your money and get these projects done, you know. But we may have gotten the cart well before the horse. We ended up buying a bus a while back, and it's sort of a money pit, sort of, you know. But it's been a great convenience for us. So a lot of our money that we get in, none of us get paid, by the way, I just tell you that. None of us get paid. All the money goes back into the group, and by the time you make bus payments and fuel payments and repairs, you know, there goes a lot of your money. So we've done one project in-house. I'm wanting to really do another project, a good quality project, because like I said, Danny writes songs. Danny's a good songwriter, and I want to put some of his stuff on a good quality project so that people can hear it, because he's just awesome, you know. And some of the stuff that he's written that we've set in and harmonized on, I'm not tooting my own horn, but it sounds pretty good, you know.
Okay. And Ministers Quartet website?
It's ministersquartet.com, real simple, no apostrophes, just straight 3 W's.ministersquartet.com.
Okay. Ron and all the members of the Ministers Quartet, thank you very much for talking to us on Gospel Music today.
Well, thank you for having us. Really appreciate it. It's an honor.